I'm joined once again by Nasrat Haqparast, who is going to be taking on Marc Diakiese at UFC Fight Night 134 on July 22nd. Nasrat, how are you today?
I'm good, man. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, where am I getting you today? I see you're like in a coffee shop or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting in a coffee shop here in Montreal. It's like kind of rest day today, so we are enjoying the weather and getting ready for the Monday for another week of hard training.
That's great. And did you celebrate Canada Day today at all? It's Canada Day.
I did actually. I didn't even know that was Canada Day. Some guys from the gym mentioned it yesterday, so yeah, it's nice.
So you're supposed to fight at UFC Fight Night 127, and I know you had that eye infection. How long was the recovery on that? Because I know that kind of just came out of nowhere.
Exactly, man. It came on fight week. It was for sure the worst experience I had in my fighting career because I put a lot into the training camp, into the last training camp. And it was kind of my opponent, he dropped. Then I got a new opponent like on 5 days notice. Like a lot of things, you know. Then one of my good friends and like my main sponsor, he died a week before. Like a lot of things happened, you know. And then I got the eye infection and it was like kind of like messed up, you know. And then I don't know, it was crazy. It took me like a month to recover from this eye infection with different kind of antibiotics and everything. But I believe everything happens for a reason, you know, so I never complain, you know.
No, and I know you still got paid a little bit of your fight purse with that.
Exactly.
How important is it to have good management? I know Ali really helped with that and get you paid.
Man, Ali is a machine. Ali at the UFC, you know, he has the best connection to the UFC, and the UFC stuff's amazing, you know. They saw me the whole week, the UFC doctor, he checked my eye, everything. It was like everything. We really tried the best to make the fight happen, you know. Sean Shelby and the guys, amazing guys, you know. So I really appreciate their help. And it was like 45 minutes before the fight, and Sean, he was with us in the locker room. Of course, he was disappointed because he saw like then I almost started to warm up, you know. It was like just 15 minutes of fight, and then we are finished with this whole thing, you know. But it's okay. So I had this good experience of training camp. I believe every bad experience makes you stronger. So looking forward to it.
And I know you're in Montreal, obviously training at Tristar. How nice was it to get a full camp for this fight and know who your opponent was in advance?
Yeah, man, it's amazing. Like my first fight, I got against Marc Diakiese on 10 days notice. I'm always training, you know, so I'm in a good shape all year round. But you know, Marc Diakiese is one of the best grapplers. He's a specialist in something, and without a camp, we knew the competition was gonna be hard, but we did well, you know. So, but this time I had a full training camp. Nasrat Haqparast is the best, man. This guy is a pure genius. We have an amazing game plan, amazing fight camp, really specific this time. Like I have amazing training partners for this camp. It's great, you know. I feel great. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So is it safe to say that Tristar is your home? Because I know last time we talked, you were looking at a couple different gyms. Is Tristar sort of home base for you at this point?
Yeah, it's my 6th time here in Canada at Tristar, you know. So actually, I'm representing Kings MMA and Tristar. This camp I did here in Tristar because I have a lot of guys in my weight class and really similar to my opponent's style, so we decided to do this here. And I came just fresh out of the fight camp UFC London. Like it was kind of it was kind of like 8 weeks fight camp from last time. Together with this, I'm in preparation since January, so it's great.
That's great. Would you ever see yourself moving to Montreal permanently?
Permanently, I don't think so because I have a lot of family and friends in Germany. I really believe that it's not a big advantage if you move to for example, to the training camp place, because I really feel like, or I think that if you live too close here, you maybe you lose the hunger, you know. For example, if I come here for 8 weeks, I have the goal, you know. I'm in training camp. I have like an apartment next to the gym. I wake up in the morning. I know today I need to train 2 or 3 times really hard. The goal is a fight. So I have the focus, you know. If you live here, I see like, you know, a lot of people, they have the best opportunities. They live here in Canada. They have the best coaches. Nasrat Haqparast, for sure, in my opinion, top 3 coaches in the world. Like, he's amazing. This guy is a genius. He's the most smartest guy in MMA. And they have the best opportunities to train here all year round. But some guys, they don't make the best out of it because I think they enjoy too much, you know. It's kind of, today I don't go to sparring, I go and enjoy the weather. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you have a goal in a training camp, it's I really think this is the best thing. And then I go back home to Germany for a few weeks. Like this is vacation for me, seeing my family, enjoy, and then go back to the training camp where I get the hard work in, you know.
Yeah, it's all about staying focused. I talked to Eric Spicely, who trains at TriStar, and he said the same thing. He likes how structured it is. He likes how focused the whole team is. There's no goofing around. You guys go in there and you work. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The pro team, like the results speak itself, you know. Like Parast is in the game, I don't know how many years, and he's still so young. Like since he's a kid, he's teaching the best guys on the world, you know. He made legends, George St. Pierre, Rory McDonald. Like that's crazy, you know. And it's amazing to have a guy like him being a head coach, you know, alongside Master Rafael Cordero. And my brother's also actually amazing. He's part of the coaching team, so we have the best team.
That's great. Let's talk about your opponent, Marc Diakiese, 12-2 record. How do you feel like you match up against him?
I know Mark really good. Like we trained before in Sweden, we sparred together. You know, actually, there's no rivalry, there's no bad blood. I'm not like trash talking against him. You know, I liked him. I saw him like a friend before we signed the contract. So it's like we signed a contract, we're gonna fight. After the fight, man, I'm gonna hug him again like friend. It's not like some people, they mix too much emotions. You know, in my opinion, they can put whoever they want in front of me. I sign. You know, I get ready for the fight, and I know that I can beat everybody in the world because I have the best people in the world around me. I know I put in the work. So stylistically, it's an amazing matchup for me because actually I'm a striker and he's also a striker. So it's going to be a fun fight, you know.
I agree. It's going to be an awesome fight. So training partners, I imagine Joe Duffy, you know, guys like that, so guys in the lighter weight classes, are those some of the main training partners that you work with?
Yeah. But like one of my main training partners is Mandel Nello.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good. Yeah.
He's so good. Like in my opinion, really top 15 UFC level. But nobody knows him. Like now he's fighting in Bellator. I think Canadian people, they know how good he is. That's like this guy it's crazy. You can ask George. You can ask everybody in this gym. In my opinion, like if I spar with Mandel, like compared to Marc Diakiese, no disrespect to Marc, but Mandel is like 10 times Marc. This guy is so good. He's amazing. So he's my main training partner. I have Cajun Johnson here. He's also really, really amazing. He's fighting Isa Makachev. And stylistically, like they're all similar to Marc, you know. I have Alex Martinez. He's also from Canada. He's Taekwondo background. So we have amazing guys. Stylistically, perfect sparring for me. And also, like not only strikers, you know, we do a lot of wrestling. My friend from Germany, Roberto Soldic, came. Like the group is crazy. Like you have 10, 15 UFC fighters on the mats. You know, it's amazing atmosphere.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. How's the weight cut going? Getting down to 155.
Yeah, it's amazing. This time I became a little bit. I put on some muscles. You know, against Martin Head it was kind of just go down to 155. Doesn't matter the strength, whatever, because you know some guys they miss weight for short notice and they got kicked out after UFC. Of course, if you take a fight and you can't bring the weight, you promise them to make the weight, they take you as a short notice replacement. And you know you're too heavy. Of course, they don't like it. You know. So this time my weight cut's amazing, and it's gonna be the performance of my life.
Do you have to alter your weight cut with all the traveling you're doing, getting down to Germany?
Yeah, actually I'm born and living in Germany, in Hamburg, Germany. So it's gonna be really good. 1 week before the fight, I go back to Hamburg, and like 5 days before the fight, we start with the water cut and everything. Yeah.
That's great. How do you see this fight playing out on July 22nd?
I don't like to give like predictions. I don't like this trash talk things. Like hey, I'm gonna knock him out. You know, my goal is always to go in there, put on the performance of my life, put on an amazing show, amazing fight. And I know that if I display my whole skill set, my potential with a perfect camp like I have, the victory is 100% on our side. Because, man, I'm training so hard. Like I train 3 times a week. I wake up. My first training session is 6 o'clock in the morning. I wake up 4:30. Like you can't sacrifice more than this. You can't wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. You need to sleep. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I know I sacrifice more than everybody. I work with the best. I work as the hardest guy, you know? And that's what fits with me with confidence. Doesn't matter who the UFC say, fight the top 10 guy, fight the top 5 guy, I fight everybody, you know? Because, man, you can't work more than this. It's impossible, you know? That's why I'm so confident.
I'm not surprised to hear that answer because you know when you and I have talked, you know you're very professional. You like to you know sort of lead by example. One of the guys that's also managed by your manager is Khabib Nurmagomedov, and he just won the lightweight
Exactly.
title. Do you sort of model yourself after him? He's a very respectful guy, doesn't talk a lot of trash, just goes in there and does his job.
Exactly. Like, for example, George. Like, I learned a lot from George. You know, George. He's, in my opinion, the greatest fighter of all time. He's so humble, you know, and his work ethic, it's crazy. The guy, for example, he didn't fight for 4 years, but he's one of the hardest working guys. Like, he's improving constantly, you know. One good thing he told me, he said, man, fighters, they only train for during fight camp or only train for a specific fight, but he's always learning. That's why he's the best, you know. And if you have guys like this around you, like, man, it just shows you that the way how it should be, you know. So yeah, of course, Khabib, the guy's UFC champion, he's smashing everybody, and he's not talking, you know. I don't believe in this trash talk things. McGregor, he did the best. Now everybody try to imitate him. Just be real, you know. We are not talkers, we are fighters. In the end, you get paid, you get everything just by your performance, you know. You can talk how much you want, but then in the cage you can't deliver. Nobody knows you, nobody likes you, you know. So that's why I invest everything in my training and in the fights, you know, and everything comes. It's destiny.
I like hearing that. Last question for you here. What's your favorite thing to do in Montreal outside of training? Is there any spots you like going to or anything like that?
To be honest, man, I'm really boring. Like during training
That's
camp,
good though. Boring is good, right? You keep it simple.
I swear I do nothing. Like my brother and my strength conditioning coach, they came like a few days ago. Now we are going out like Saturday, Sunday, just for coffee, like enjoying the weather. But before that, I was here 1 month alone. The only thing I saw was my apartment, my bed, and the gym. You know, like nothing else. Like it's like you don't have the power if you train like 14, 15 times a week, like intense. You know, not much power left. What else can you do? There's no time to enjoy.
I agree. That's great, man. Well, we're looking forward to this fight. It's UFC Fight Night 134 coming up here July 22nd. Nasrat, it's always good talking to you. Just remind people
Thank you,
where
Jeff.
they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, social media, Instagram, Nasrat MMA, Twitter also. Actually, I don't have a main sponsor right now, but I want to give a shout out to my team, to my brother Hijo, to the best genius in MMA, Firas Sahabi, my manager Ali Abdulaziz, Master Rafael Kodero, and the Tristar family. And I look forward for the best performance and fight of the night, UFC Hamburg.